those tips which you gave me were like it can save me a lot of sailing days first, the way you told me about investing.
Yeah.
So I want to segment this into 3 parts, sir. The first part will be for the cadets, the financial journey for them. Second will be for the junior officers. And third for the senior officers.
Okay.
So I'll start with the junior officers, sir, with the cadets first. So as per you, sir, what did you not do right when you were a cadet with the stipend you were earning? And what are the better ways now, in your opinion, of perhaps finance management, the money you get?
Okay. I've been, I mean, it's also new to me. So I started reading a lot about finance when we had COVID. We were stuck at home, airports were closed, so we couldn't travel. So my financial knowledge, the bulk of my financial knowledge is in the last 4 to 5 years. Disclaimer here is I'm not SEBI registered, so I cannot give you financial advice.
Absolutely.
But I will share with what I learned.
Yes.
So I see a lot of people on the ships, they don't know how to manage money. It is changing a lot. I mean, the younger generation today are very informed. I mean, the internet has really helped there because there's a lot of information on the internet. But what triggered this out to me is, I was a few years back, a very senior director in one of the companies. He was literally close to the CEO, that kind of level. And he sent a message out. He sent an email out to a lot of his friends and family, and to a lot of people who he sailed with and all that stuff, and saying that, I'm really, really sick. I mean, he didn't send a mail out. One of the people sent a mail out, one of his close friends, and saying that, and this guy cannot afford to, treat himself and he needs money. If somebody can contribute, it'll be really helpful. And that got me thinking, saying that when this guy was at such a high level, he's probably drawing a fantastic salary. Why does he need money at this age? And why does he, and that was something like saying, if I cannot take care of myself when I become 50 or 60, nobody is going to help me. Okay. And I have to start planning from a very young age. So that got me thinking, and saying that because I've come from very, very humble backgrounds. And one of the main reasons for also joining Sea is because my father couldn't afford to send me to college when I really need to go. So it's like, I said, okay, I'll come as a cadet. I'll probably get like $50, $100 or $200 as a cadet. And I can still save that money and fund my own education. So I did a little research and I found out a lot of people at sea don't know, like say for a cadet. And he would start earning maybe let's talk in how much a management company today they make. They make about $200, sometimes $300, $500.
Right.
And I would say that if you have no responsibilities and you don't have to send that money anywhere, then you start saving something. It can be even $10, $20, $30. The more you save, the better. And I used to follow this funda a little later in life, not when I was a cadet, that I will save first, I will invest first, and then whatever is remaining, I will manage with that. So I think that should be the mentality now. I mean, and don't restrict that for having fun. You have fun in life, you live your life, because nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow. And the thing is, you first cover the basics.
So as a cadet,
start. The younger you start, like if you look at the world famous investor Warren Buffett, he started investing at the age of 11.
11.
At 11, okay, he started investing at the age of 11.
Wow.
But he only became a billionaire after he became 65, and he started investing when he was 11 years old. If you read his books and all that stuff, and when you speak to him, and somebody spoke to him and said, you started investing at such a young age. And he tells them, I was 11 years too late.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that means if you started at
investing as a child, if his parents started investing for him, he would have been much more better.
Right.
But again, I tell the guys, okay, maybe we can't go back to investing when we are a baby, but at least start investing from the time you're a cadet. And the main thing you have to do is first cover the basics. Okay, the basics I would say is life insurance.
Right, sir. Yeah, very important.
Very, very important. The second one is medical insurance, and the third one is have an emergency fund. Okay.
So what is emergency fund?
Yeah. So emergency fund is, say, for example, now something happens to you. Okay. What people do is they go and break their savings. They sell their stocks or they sell their mutual funds and then they take it out. The minute you take out your capital, what happens is that affects your long-term investing.
The compounding.
The compounding gets affected. So if you look at, go online and look at the explanation of emergency fund, there are a lot of people tell you that, you can have at least 6 months of your living expenses or 1 year of your living expenses as an emergency fund. Say, for example, if you need 25,000 to live, you need to save, say, 10 months is 2,50,000. So 1 year is about 3 lakhs.
3 lakhs, yeah.
So some people say at least have 1.5 lakhs in an FD or in a savings bank account.
Right.
Or if you want to keep 1 year, you put that 3 lakhs in a same thing, in a FD or savings bank. So tomorrow, if something happens to you, say that you need to go for a dental checkup, you don't have insurance, or your phone breaks, you suddenly need to change the screen, or you need to buy something, which you've not planned for, you need to replace your phone, then you can go, or suddenly your computer breaks down, or somebody throws your computer, and then you need to buy something.
Yes.
Then you can go and tap into an emergency fund and keep it.
Okay.
So I would say, my personal thing is I like to keep 3 years of emergency fund.
Okay.
Then you'll ask me, but sir, what will you do with 3 years of money? Why are you keeping 3 years of emergency fund?
Yes.
But the thing is, not tomorrow, nothing is certain. Tomorrow you lose your job. Another pandemic hits. They decide to lay off hundreds and thousands of people because companies can't survive. What will you do? How will you survive?
Right.
Now this pandemic lasted for so long,
Yep.
So is 6 months enough? 6 months may not be enough. Because then you'll run out of money.
Right.
So I keep 3 years. So in that 3 years, if I want, I can pick up another skill. I can go online, learn completely different, what I'm not learned at all. Maybe pick up Power BI course, or maybe do something in Chat GPT, or do something in data analysis, or learn coding or something like that, some new skill.
Right.
So tomorrow, if I have to change jobs or I lose my job, I have something to fall back on.
So so like a cadet can save that, if he's a cadet, can save even suppose $50 in a month.
Exactly. So now if a cadet starts, I would say I've done a little bit of math.
Please, yes.
So I've done a little bit of math.
Please, sir.
And so some people will say, but sir, I'm only earning so little. I don't have money. How do I make the emergency fund? How do I start saving? So I would say you can start with anything. You start with, $100 or with, let's talk about the shipping field. If a cadet makes $200 a month, I would say at least save $100. Save $100 and maybe put $10 or $20 in your emergency fund. And that emergency fund, because emergency is not going to happen tomorrow. It can, but it may not happen. So you may be putting, and the emergency may happen 10 years. And by that time, you've got enough in your emergency fund.
Right.
Okay. So the first thing is, if you start with 100. Okay?
Yes,
I've done the math. Like say now, you're a cadet for 2 years today. Okay. So you start with $100, which is about 8,000 rupees. And you just invest it into a very normal mutual fund or an index fund, if people know what an index fund is, which will give you 12%. I'm calculating on a 12% per annum.
Right.
So in 2 years, if you invest 8,000 rupees every month, that would get you to somewhere close to 2,15,000. Okay.